She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. You see her walking down the boulevard. She got the posture of a superstar.
Hey, what's up everyone? It's your girl Sheena Nicole, and today we are back with another video. And today we are going to be getting into a story time. Another story time, I know, yay. A story time about one of my closest college best friends and why we are no longer best friends, okay? Is there a reason why I'm doing this video? Honestly, we had a really cool friendship and I never really understood what went south like in the beginning, but towards the end of the friendship, like towards the end of that like hump that we went through, I started to see more clear, you know. So like, do I still think about her? Yeah, of course. I want her to be doing the best she can be in this world, doing whatever she hopes and dreams of, you know. And yeah, I don't think I ever want to be friends with her again, but we were cool for a while. So, you know, it's all about just respecting the other person. We may not see eye to eye, which is absolutely cool. But yeah, I still want her to prosper in this world. I have no bad blood towards her. I have no ill wishes towards her. I wish her nothing but the best. But yeah. So we're going to get straight into this video, okay? One of my college roommates, because I had 3 different ones, but my last college roommate was my closest friend I had out in Virginia when I was going to school. And our senior year, that's when we fell out for real. And we really had no other type of problems. It was just senior year was a little bit different for us, and we ended up falling out. So how did this start? This started going in September. Why September? We were leaving campus. We were on our way to North Carolina. We were going to celebrate her birthday for the weekend, and we were going to go back to her hometown and, you know, meet up with some of her friends. At the time, I did not drive at all, and I was like, I wanted to learn how to drive, but I never had the proper time to teach me, and nor did I have the proper person able to teach me how to drive. My friend had a car at the time. I asked her if she could teach me how to drive, but we never got there, which is okay. But on the way there, she started dropping hints like, oh, I don't have any real friends, or, you know, like, no real friends who drive, and no one who can do this, and no one who could do that. And it's just, it was subliminals, you know, like, I'm not stupid, I'm not dumb. She was leaving every weekend anyways, you know, to go be with her boyfriend. And I don't know, it was just random and weird how we were just in the car on the way there, and she just randomly was like, I don't have any friends. I don't have any real friends. And blah, blah, blah. And then she pauses and then looks at me and is like, oh, well, not you. So that was step 1, because no one's gonna huff and puff and complain that they don't have any real friends when your real friend is literally in the car with you right now. Like, and I knew I didn't drive at the moment, but it's like, you know, like, I was also asking her, can you teach me? And it it just wasn't, okay? It just wasn't. So that was step one. We get there, we have a good time, whatever, boom, bam, bam. We get back, and she wants to try getting lashes for the first time, like the real installs and all that. So she, books her appointment, goes to a professional. She asked me, did I want to go with her? And mind you, at the time, I'm a great friend. I didn't want her to go somewhere new by herself, like in a new area. So I rode with her. I'm like, yeah, of course I'll go with you. I don't want you to go alone. Cool. We go there. I leave my bag in the car, and I just take my wallet out because I'm like, it shouldn't take more than an hour. We'll be right back. I don't need anything out of my bag. And the only thing that was in my bag was the key to our dorm, really. It was like, I traveled light that day, thankfully. So an hour goes by, she gets her lashes done, we're having a good time, we're leaving. We get outside and her car's gone. Absolutely gone. So she calls her mother. Her and her mother figure out that her car got repoed, right? Repossessed. So basically, my items that were left in that car, my best friend told me straight in my face several times, don't worry about it. Me and my mother will handle it. Me and my mother will figure it out. We will either A, get your belongings out of the vehicle, or 2, we will replace what you had in the bag, which was my dorm key, which was not super expensive, but it cost more than $1. It cost more than $2. So it was, it was something that needed to be done. So basically, I was out of luck with my key. And until they figured out whatever they were going to do, whatever plan that they were going to come up with to get my stuff or replace it, me and my best friend at the time had to share her dorm key, which means we either locked the door with her key and she left it with me, or when she didn't leave it with me, we just would have to leave the door unlocked, which was very risky because people were talking about getting things stolen and their dorms getting broken into and stuff like that. But thankfully, the people who was surrounding me on that floor were very nice people. I knew them from freshman year. Thankfully not everyone, but some people were, it's just familiar faces. So I knew none of that would happen on my floor, thankfully. I didn't know, but I just knew, and the thieving and all that stuff was happening on the floors above me. I was on the second floor. Thankfully, I didn't have to go up too far. But the third and fourth floor, they were the ones who were complaining about their belongings gone missing. So I didn't have to worry about that, thankfully. But until I got my stuff as I was promised and told straight to my face, we had to share the key and we had to work out this new type of balance for the room, and my roommate would leave 4 days 4 days out of 7 days of the week. She would be gone back in her hometown. She only had class 2 to 3 days of the week and would bounce right after her classes were done. So that was another issue because I get you were trying to be with your boo and your man, but at the same time you're leaving your best friend dry and high, and you clearly don't give any type of care. You just up and leave whenever, and it's just, all right, I'm out, bye. So I was left alone for a while. My best friend definitely ditched me. And as she, was gone majority of the time, I got used to having the room to myself for the most part. And so when she would come back, she would always come back with either new stuff, or she'll be telling me about her trip. And mind you, all this time she's coming back, she's telling me the stories, all this, I still don't have my key. Her and her mother still have not figured out any type of plan to execute to get me my belongings back, which means I was still down and out, you know? So I'm like, all right, like a month or two went past. It was September, October, November, December. Okay, so maybe a month went past, and I'm just like, okay, you know, you've been doing this back and forth thing from state to state for a few months. I mean, for a few weeks now. Okay, cool. And there were always times where I asked, you know, like, hey, did you talk to your mom yet? Or, hey, you know, did you and your mom figure out any type of plan to get my room key back? Or, hey, what's going on with the room key? And hey, what's going on with this situation? And I would always get thrown off like, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot to talk to my mom about it. Or, oh, well, we actually didn't talk about it. I completely forgot. Oh, it slipped my mind. Or, oh my God, I completely forgot that you were still waiting for this. And da da da. She talked to her mother every day. Her and her mother are besties, okay? Besties. They talked every day, point blank, period. So it's just one thing to say you're going to talk to your mom about it the next time you get on the phone with her. But it's another thing to drag that same saying out for a whole month. And I'm just like, but I always see you on the phone talking to your mom, or you always tell me you talked to your mom, you spoke with your mother. What happened to my key? What happened to you guys working it out? Because I'm still stuck with no key, you know? And so I'm just like, okay. Down and out for like a month, and then it gets to a month and a half. And then, no. Okay, I think the whole 2 months go by before I finally started complaining to my own mom. Like, yeah, this has been going on. Like, I thought she was going to handle it. I thought her and her mom was going to take care of the situation. Because literally they are take care of situation type of people. They don't let anything slip past them, you know? So I was confused why I waited 2 months and I still didn't have the room key or the replacement of the room key, you know? And like, I'm still struggling trying to get in and out of the room safely. Why? When you speak to your mother every day, you know, that was one thing that really, really bothered me. And so when I finally spoke to my mom about it, I'm just complaining at that point. Like, not even like really complaining. It's just like, oh, like I'm a little bit frustrated, you know, like this is what's been going on. And she's like, why didn't you tell me this has been going on? Like, I could have replaced your key a while ago. And I was just like, I know, but at the same time, I knew money was tight. So I didn't want to complain to her. Like, Lord knows if she would have needed to, you know, scramble up the money, she would have. But it wasn't, you know, my mom's fault for not having the key. It wasn't my fault for not having the key. It wasn't even my roommate's fault for, you know, having the key lost in her car. But it was just the fact that my own best friend told me to my face multiple times that she would handle it. Don't worry about it.